Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a bit of a different video because I am properly announcing something that I have been working on for nearly 6 years, and that is my first ever novel. So, I'm not going to waste any more time, let's just dive into it. Now, the first question a lot of you might have, is it published yet? No. But the book itself has been fully written for a while now. It's gone through a couple rewrites and way too many restless nights of rereads, but I promise I am getting there. So, obviously, the next question people will have is, what is the book even about? Will I tell you? Partially. I'll give you a paraphrased version of the synopsis. My first novel, Rise of the Phoenix, is an action sci-fi hybrid, and it takes place in the early 2080s. It follows Captain Paul Lancaster, who leads a mercenary strike team known as Phoenix Squadron. Phoenix Squadron is in a chaotic race against time, fighting in a faction war where everyone is looking for an alien artifact only known as the Phoenix Wing. And through distrust and betrayal, Paul will make an unimaginable discovery that will take the fight beyond Earth, forever changing the hunt for freedom from the war. Now, that's all I can say for now about the novel, at least the narrative portion. I'm still making my final edits on my manuscript at the time of this recording, and at some point within the next month or so, I will hopefully find a professional editor to help me out. I will also be seeking artists for the cover art and character designs as well. The earliest possible release I could potentially see of the book becoming a thing is the end of this summer, but it will realistically have a late fall or early winter release. If possible, I plan on doing promotional events, whether that be a stream or even an IRL event, but that is for future me to handle. I also wanted to go further into the writing process and how I even got to this point. As of writing this script, I have been working on this story, like I said, for nearly 6 years. From what I remember, the first ever version of the book had the original concept of what I've written now, but there was no real ending or plan outside the first few chapters. Peak planning on my part, I know.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
This novel has definitely seen a lot through its time of existence. I've done everything from rewrites to character design changes, plot additions, the whole 9 yards. You know, adding stuff and then realizing, oh, I want to add this, I want to add that. The book's never getting done. I promise the book will be done soon this year. I've gotten advice from a handful of people and even a few teachers and professors who are writers themselves. Shout out to my high school and college creative writing professors. You guys are the real ones. A big thing from this book, though, has been the why. Why write a book? For the longest time, I've wanted to be able to make my own story and universe from the ground up to share with others, a story for those who want something consistent, stuffed to the brim with action, and some cool near-futurism elements. There's also some fantasy elements that I've incorporated, but you'll have to see that for yourself once the book is published.
Julian.
If you or anyone you know would be interested in getting more in-depth and real-time updates of the novel, be sure to stop by our community Discord server. At the time of recording this, I am actively working on adding new sections to our server that will cover the news and updates on the book itself. Any and all support for this project is greatly appreciated. I have had a good amount of close friends and family either read or just hear about this project, and I am still very excited to finish it off and get it out there. The plans for the rest of this year, though, in terms of the book itself, are to obviously get lots of art done for it, but eventually start planning the publishing route and potentially plan promotional events. More updates will be provided as time goes on, and be sure to keep an eye out for an eventual release date on the novel. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.